In a beautiful valley in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, there's a place known as Pippa Passes. It was named by two women who almost single-handedly educated an entire region of the Kentucky Appalachians. These two dedicated outsiders decided on the name Pippa Passes because it was hoped that the mountain children they educated, like Pippa, the girl in Browning's poem Pippa's Song, would do good as they traveled throughout their home area. When you hear this story, I think you'll agree that a more appropriate name could not have been found. I'm Ralph Edwards, and in this tiny log cabin, a lady named Alice Lloyd began a crusade to bring education to the mountains. When she arrived in Knott County in 1916, there were few schools, and many people existed on what their rocky soil could provide. Alice Lloyd was from an influential Massachusetts family. She was educated at the best finishing schools and Radcliffe College. But she left that life behind, and from this tiny little cabin began teaching children to read and write. Mrs. Lloyd was soon joined by a young lady from Moravia, New York. And armed only with a few dollars and this Oliver No. 9 typewriter, Alice Lloyd and June Buchanan raised the funds that built an entire educational system in what might have been the most remote region in America. They wrote thousands of letters to their friends back east asking for help to keep their important work alive. They made the mountaineers believe their motto, "The leaders are here."
My name's Rob Marshall. I'm a 1987 graduate of Alice Lloyd College. And when you ask me what Alice Lloyd means to me, it's a second home. It's the feeling that you get when you go to a family reunion, because you spend a lot of time with the people there and they become extended family, and you learn to live and love, and you suffer loss. So it ties us together pretty close. What my education has meant to me is I haven't spent a day out of work unless I wanted to be out of work. And that's all thanks to Alice Lloyd College.
Hey everyone, I'm Levi Pace, class of 2000. Back at Alice Lloyd, I saw how people come together from any number of places and backgrounds and beliefs to get things done and to learn about the wider world. Maybe win a game on the court or on the field. So I'm proud to be an alum. I've enjoyed my life more, and I've had opportunities and found pathways and a career and purpose that I never would have had if it wasn't for the wonderful neighbors, faculty, and staff over there. So a big thank you, and here's to many more years for the college.
Hi, I'm Marie Grender Clark in Snyder, Texas. I'm Alice Lloyd College class of 1968, St. Olaf College class of 1970. My father, Abner Grender, also known as Papa G, founded the Voices of Appalachia Choir in 1961. My first career was 11 years of flying around the world as an international flight attendant, which also included being a flight crew member on both the French and the British Concorde SST aircraft for Braniff International. My second career was as a jeweler gemologist. For 20 years I worked as a goldsmith bench jeweler, creating in gold, diamonds, and colored stones. Now I work with my daughter Stormy in the business she has created, and I continue to work on visual arts in my own art studio. Alice Lloyd's vision of the Purpose Road and a lifetime of service lives on in my heart and continues to inspire me to become everything that God created me to be.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Joseph. I am a 2014 graduate of Alice Lloyd College, where I majored in biology and sociology. And since 2014, I have been back serving in my home country, here in Haiti. At one point, I was a full-time teacher as well as a school principal. Then I had an opportunity at a different school where I was a principal of a K-13 school. Today, I am happy to say that I have been the country director of a Christian nonprofit based in Tennessee, working with children in Haiti. I have served in this position for 4 years. I am very grateful for the education that I received from Alice Lloyd College. ALC means the world to me. Thank you, ALC. Thank you, my ALC family. God bless ALC.
Hi there, I'm Angie Haskell. When I attended Alice Lloyd College, the day I graduated, I knew there was something instilled in me that I would never forget. And one of those key aspects was the Purpose Road. One of the key philosophical signs that still stays with me today is perseverance. It's important. Even though I stood on the banks of Caney Creek at Alice Lloyd many years ago, I've learned to persevere regardless. I was a high school teacher in Kentucky, became a leader in pharmaceuticals with a huge company in New York, and now I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico as a working artist in 4 galleries and soon to be a nationally published author for women. Why do I do those things? It's simple. I was taught perseverance. I was taught leadership. They're important at Alice Lloyd College still today, and they're definitely important to me. As Miss Lloyd always said, the leaders are here, and now they're everywhere.
I first met Alice Lloyd and June Buchanan in 1955 when I featured Mrs. Lloyd on my television show, This Is Your Life.
Mrs. Alice Lloyd of Caney Creek Community Center at Pippa Pass, Kentucky. Tonight, This Is Your Life.
They told Alice Lloyd she was wanted on a TV show to talk about her school. Mrs. Lloyd didn't necessarily want to be on a television show. She wanted no recognition for what she had accomplished. That's why the college wasn't named for her until after her death. But her little school was in deep financial trouble, and she was wise enough to realize that national television exposure could mean donations to continue her work. She was right. I was moved by the story of what was then called Caney Junior College, and I made a plea for donations at the end of the program.
Now, Mrs. Lloyd, I know there's only one great concern in your heart. What will happen to the Caney schools there in Pippa Pass, Kentucky, when you can no longer carry on? Now, you have no endowments, no government grants. For 40 years, your letters have raised every penny the schools have received. After a paralyzing stroke, you prayed to God that he would restore movement to only one finger so that you could continue to type your letters. You did regain the use of one hand with which you've been carrying on. Now, I feel certain America wants to share your determination so that your work may continue. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep Mrs. Lloyd's great dream alive. Let's guarantee its future tonight. Now, how many of you in our vast audience will put a dollar bill in an envelope right now, or a check for whatever amount you feel you can afford, and mail it to, now here's the address, Alice Lloyd, Pippa Pass.
Alice Lloyd and June Buchanan named the donated land on Caney Creek Pippa Passes for the little girl in Robert Browning's poem, Pippa's Song.
Browning says, the years at the spring, the days at the morn, mornings at 7, the hillsides dew pearled, the larks on the wing, the snails on the thorn, God's in his heaven, all's right with the world.